Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss season 1 of Amazon Prime's show, Let the Legend of Vox Machina. So it's not technically a Prime original because this show is based on streamers who have did like webisode kind of things. It's this group of friends. They would play D&D, right? Dungeons and Dragons. That's what this show is. This show is the scripted TV version, cartoon wise, of their D&D campaign, their Dungeons and Dragons game that they played, which lasted quite a long time. Just the quests that they kept continuously going on, the characters that they had. And so this is them. They're executive producers on this. They're the voice actors of this. They're all voice actor friends who got together, played D&D, and this is it was streamed. So there was webtoons about it, or webisodes about it, about the streaming, which then was pitched as a Kickstarter to get a show up and running, and then major production companies didn't really see the marketability of a Dungeons and Dragons show based on a campaign that people had, despite the success of Stranger Things leading on to Dungeons and Dragons. And so then they did the Kickstarter. They raised a crap ton of money. And so then it eventually got picked up by Amazon to then do 12 episodes for the first season. Came out January 22. Season 2 just dropped January 23. Season 3 is coming about. That I'm assuming is January 24. So it's just really cool how this started because a group of work friends basically got together, played a game, and this is the story of their game. This is the story of the characters of their game, and it's just so cool. And even the word vox machina, they took that from Latin. Voice is voice actors, right? Voice machine. In Latin is vox machina. Vox is voice for Latin, and machina is machine. So it's so cool, the origins of this. I'm geeking out about that. I don't follow Dungeons and Dragons. I never could get into it. It's very complex for my liking. Like, you have to be involved. It's not just something you could frivolously just play. Like, there's chance involved and there's critical thinking involved, and I don't like that within gameplay. I just want to do the stuff and get it done with. And am I winning? Am I losing? That's it. So watching it though, being in this fantastical world of Amon is just really cool. And so seeing these gnomes and half elves and humans and half trolls, this main 8 focal group of this eclectic group called Vox Machina. They're these mercenary group that just travel, and then they eventually get hired by a king to help slay a dragon and all these things, right? But there's zombies, there's vampires, there's magic, there's murder constantly throughout this entire thing. Scanlan is obviously the best character of all of this, the gnome that he is, and his weapon of choice is a what's it called? It's not a guitar and it's not a fiddle. It's a thing. There's a word for it. I can't figure it out. But him playing just every genre of music throughout the entirety of this show is just hysterical and perfect. That it just brings out the amplification of his magic through song. Love it. The quest at the main premise of this was they defeated the blue dragon, but there's consequences because there's other dragons, and there's other people working with the dragons to make sure the dragons come back into fruition instead of the humans still reigning as they currently are. But it's a matter of who's aligning with whom when, and who has what demon on their side, and what evil spirit is what. And it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous and intertwined, and you get some backstory here and there, and the group trying to liberate Whitestone, where Percy's character is from, and him finding his sister Cassandra, and that overthrowing of that particular city was just really cool. Going back to Amon at the end, I love that the character of Delilah is the same voice actress as Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I'm listening to her voice, and I'm like, I know that voice. And I looked it up, and it was exactly her. And I was like, haha, I knew it. And she's been, that actress has been voice acting for quite some time, many decades, and rightfully so. It's the characters that she voices are really, like, predominant, and like she's just great. She's great at what she does. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just really cool seeing it. So yeah, it's fun. Got to do a marathon on my birthday with my dad. It's a very adult cartoon, and that's what I love about it. It's just got all these adult references, these jokes, very violent, very violent, um, very gory. But it's just, and then there's Scanlon with his musical numbers throughout as well. It's just so well done. I love so much that it's the middle of a story. The 12 episodes is the middle of a story. It doesn't actually start. It's just like these are these characters, and they've been doing stuff for a while, and then this is the next thing that they're doing, and I like that. I don't want. I like that we're not getting a who met whom when kind of a thing, or like in the beginning of it. Flashbacks is different, but like it's not a starting out and then the story progresses. Like the story started at its progression, and it's just cool because you're just like, you know that there's a history, and you know that it's referenced constantly that there is this history, but like it's not exuberantly talked about. There's flashbacks, but we didn't start at the beginning. We started in the middle, and I really like that. It's very hard to do that, and I would expect nothing less from a group of very talented individuals who created the game to begin with, created this campaign to begin with, and then translated it as executive producers to the scripted version for Amazon Prime. So I'm very excited for season 2. I'm very excited for season 3. Not many people talking about this though, and I don't understand why, because it's gotten rave reviews within critics, and it's done very well with the audience that has seen it. And I find it interesting that me not knowing basically anything about Dungeons and Dragons, um, I love this show. This is so well done. The story, the character development, the music throughout, it's just so well done. It's captivating within that storytelling aspect. So I'm very impressed on this based on something I'm not familiar with. So I'm very curious if other folk who have no D&D background enjoyed it as much as I did. I think they did. And then I know a lot of D&D players actually do enjoy this. Seeing a campaign brought to screen, it's neat. It's different. Nothing like this has happened before. And there's actually a D&D movie coming out. I don't know when, but they're currently in production. So that's gonna be cool as well. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens next. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.